If you're anything like me, social media feels kind of required, but rarely fun. You record these long, thoughtful videos for YouTube or a podcast, proud of the work, and then they just sit there. Maybe you turn the transcript into a blog post, but you never really capitalize on the moments inside that hour of content. Sound familiar? I love scrolling on Instagram and TikTok as much as the next person, but when it comes to editing my own clips, no thanks. I don't want to stare at my face for hours, nitpicking a stray curl or obsessing over a small stutter. That's where Vizard comes in, a tool I've been messing with that basically takes any long video you give it and turns it into ready-to-post short clips across platforms. Reels, shorts, TikToks, done. Fast, clean, low effort. Today I'm going to walk through using one long piece of content and turning it into multiple viral-ready clips. I took a recent long-form recording, think a keynote recap I did, about an hour long, and challenged Vizard to make 10 snackable videos out of it. We'll time it, look at the quality, and see how much hands-on tweaking is actually needed. So first up, uploading. You can paste a YouTube link or just drop a video file in. I grabbed one of my recent tutorials and pasted the link. Pro tip, I usually strip out timestamp fragments from the URL to keep things clean. But either way, hit submit, and Vizard starts analyzing the whole thing. The neat part is it doesn't just auto-slice into fixed chunks, it actually looks for the moments that matter. Vizard gives you templates and custom options. Templates are basically pre-built instructions for what to pull. Viral quotes, tutorial highlights, product features, story moments, etc. If you're lazy like me, templates are a lifesaver. My go-to is the Viral Clips template. It hunts for punchy lines and emotional beats that tend to perform well on feed algorithms. But my favorite is the instructions template for tutorial videos. It stitches steps into a clean sequenced mini tutorial that actually makes sense to someone watching a 60-second clip instead of random disconnected fragments. You can also choose the number of clips or quotes you want, which is handy. For a short 4 to 5 minute piece, you wouldn't ask for 10 clips. That's overkill. But for an hour-long keynote, asking for 8 to 12 or more makes total sense. Pick your aspect ratio. I usually go 9:16 because that's best for TikTok, Reels, and Shorts. And then choose captions. Captions are non-negotiable in my book for accessibility. And because most people watch on mute, Vizard lets you style captions, pick fonts, and even set placement so it looks native to the platform. After you submit, Vizard renders clips pretty quickly. On shorter videos, it's basically instant. An hour-long render takes more time, but still way faster than cutting everything manually. It also gives you a full transcript of the extracted clips. That transcript is gold. You can edit it directly and the captions update. Or you can remove a line entirely if it said something you don't want. The editing is transcript-first, which means you can make text edits without timeline-level fiddling. Want to trim a sentence? Delete it from the transcript. Need to tweak wording for clarity? Type the new line. It's surprisingly intuitive. There are a few limitations to be aware of. If a clip cuts off mid-sentence, you can't always magically extend the original take beyond what Vizard captured. It's pulling from what it detected as the moment. But you can copy the transcript and prompt Vizard to regenerate a cleaner clip focused on that thought. Or use the custom prompt box to tell it to finish this thought. Or grab the full quote about X. The regenerate function is handy. You can tweak the prompt and rerun without starting from scratch. This saves credits and time. Quality-wise, Vizard exports MP4s that match your original resolution, so your clips will look crisp on socials. I tested a bunch of different video types: straight tutorial, a personal blog story, and a product features piece. The viral clip template did great on things that had strong quotable lines and emotional moments. The instructions template cleaned up a multi-step tutorial into a cohesive, watchable short. The product features template was useful for highlighting features, but it's better if you actually own or demo the product. Otherwise, it picks surface-level points and doesn't teach how to use things, which is fair given the template's intent. Now, a few comparisons because I know you've tried other tools. Some platforms charge per clip or have clunky UIs that make customization annoying. Others force you into fixed-length chunks and can't stitch a tutorial together, or they export with a heavy watermark unless you pay up. Vizard strikes a balance. Its free tier is useful for testing, but the paid tiers unlock longer uploads, higher export quality, and more advanced templates like the instructions flow. The real value add for me, though, is Vizard's built-in content calendar and auto-schedule. Auto-schedule is where Vizard gets kind of magical. Instead of just producing clips, you tell it the posting frequency, and it will queue up and publish the clips across your connected socials on your behalf. Honestly, that alone can replace a chunk of what a small social team does. And the content calendar gives you one place to see, edit, and manage all clips before they go live. You can move dates, tweak captions, swap a different clip in, or reschedule for a better time. If you're trying to scale content from one long episode, that workflow is priceless. A lot of people still think hiring a human editor is the only way to get quality short form. That's not wrong. A hired editor can do very bespoke cuts. But if you're producing consistently and want to be efficient, Vizard gets you 80 to 90% of the way there at a fraction of the time and cost. It's not a replacement for strategy. It's a tool that removes the repetitive, tedious bits so you can focus on ideas and audience. Speaking of strategy, don't expect any tool to be a magic bullet. You still need to post consistently and understand what your audience responds to. Vizard can do the heavy lifting of extraction and scheduling, but you should optimize captions, hashtags, and thumbnails for platform-specific performance. Also, balance repurposed clips with native content made specifically for each platform. That authenticity matters. One workflow I love: after Vizard gives you the transcript, drop that text into a writing assistant and ask for a carousel script or a multi-slide breakdown that pairs with the clip. Pop that into Canva, and you've got a reel plus a carousel. 2 pieces of content from one original recording. That cross-format repurposing is how you maximize reach without doubling your recording time. If you try Vizard and don't like a particular output, hit regenerate and adjust the prompt. Tweak the number of quotes, switch templates, or go custom and tell it exactly what to pull. Because everything is rendered in the cloud first, you can iterate without burning through credits awkwardly. That flexibility is excellent when a clip cuts off a sentence. You re-prompt and re-render instead of re-editing a timeline. Final thoughts: Vizard is a smart fit if you make long-form content and want to scale short-form distribution without paying an editor for every episode. It's fast, the outputs look high quality, and the scheduling plus content calendar make publishing predictable and low stress. It's not a set-and-forget cure for growth. You still need to test, post consistently, and know your audience. But it removes the biggest barrier, turning an hour-long recording into a week's worth of platform-ready clips almost instantly. If you use it, drop links to what you made in the comments. I really want to see the clips people pull from long videos. I'll go through and give love to the ones I find interesting. And if you're making long-form content already, pair Vizard with a simple SEO-driven title description strategy, so your shorts have the best chance to show up in search on Instagram and TikTok, as well as YouTube. That multi-channel approach is where things start to compound. All right, that's it. Give it a try with a long video you're proud of and see how many good clips it finds. If you want, share the output links and I'll check them out. Happy creating!